Ken Peter Money Talk here with another video. And this video I'm talking about something that we all fear. A lot of us young people fear. A lot of us hope our parents never do this. And that is what to do if your parents kick you out. In other words, where they kick you out of the house. They give you the boot and you now have to live on your own. What do you do in this situation? Maybe it's your fault that you got kicked out of the house. Maybe you did something you weren't supposed to do. You kept messing up. So your parents gave you the boot. Or maybe it wasn't your fault. Maybe your parents were just jerks and decided to kick you out. So either way, this video is going to help you with what to do. So I'm assuming that you're probably like maybe late teens, early 20s when your parents kick you out. I'm assuming you were like in that age group, but it's possible that some of y'all could be in your 30s, or you could even be 4 years old when your parents finally decide, you know what, you gotta go and kick you out. Also, you're 4 years old and you were living with your parents. I'm not judging. There could be reasons you were living with your parents at that age. Maybe you just weren't financially secure enough to move out. I can understand that. I've been there. I mean, obviously I wasn't 40, but I've been there. I understand. So you could try living with other family members. I mean, how my friend did when his parents kicked him out of the house. He lived with his grandparents for a little while. He moved to like California. He actually went there for work, but he had never even got a job there. He ended up coming back here, but he's doing good now. I'm happy for him. Well, but of course, not all of us have grandparents that will take us in after our parents kick us out. So in that case, maybe you have that friend you move in with. Maybe they had their own place for years, or maybe they only been out of their parents' house for a few months. You ask them if you could live with them. You might be surprised. They might be happy to let you in, especially if they're lonely. Because some guys, they get lonely to live on their own, and some might love having a friend live with them. Also, is living with a friend good? I don't know. I never lived with my friend, so I can't tell you. But also, you are going to move in with your friend. You're going to have to split like the rent costs, and y'all going to have to decide who's going to pay for the electricity, the water, all that junk. Y'all going to have to figure that out on your own. So rent will be a little bit cheaper. If you're like splitting the rent, you're not paying a full amount, which is good. Especially if it's like, if they have like multiple friends living with them, you'd be paying even less. But what if you have a part-time job? Because you never know, if your friends might decide they don't want to live with you no more. That can always happen. So you gotta be prepared. So we're gonna say that you only work part-time. Also, if you're working full-time, you was making some good money and your parents kick you out of the house, you can literally be like, you know what, forget you, mom and dad. You get your own place. Also, if you're making good money and you're still living with your parents, why were you still living with them? I mean, I'm not judging. Some people decide to live with their parents until they get married. I mean, I know there's cultures like that. They'll live with their parents until they meet somebody. Until they meet like a woman, then they'll move out. They'll marry that woman and get their own place. I mean, that happens sometimes. So I'm not judging. But if you were kicked out of your parents' house and you just make good money, you could literally tell your parents, forget you then. Buy the nicer place and live on your own. But also, realistically, a lot of us that get kicked out of our parents' house, we're not making that much money. Maybe you were working part-time, you were only bringing like $200 a week. And if you were lucky, you were bringing $300 a week. So that's a very low amount of money right there. I mean, you could ask to work full time. Maybe they reject you from working full time. You can try to find another job, but it's just hard. What you could do is join the military. Yeah, I said it. Join the military. Ken, were you in the military? Nah, I wasn't. I was never in the military. I almost joined when I was like early 20s. I almost did. The recruiter, funny story. The recruiter was supposed to come to my house, but he never showed up. So after a while, I figured that I took that as a sign not to join. I didn't really want to join the military. I just wanted to get out of my parents' house because they were like frustrating. Especially that brother I was living with. He was like 19, acting like a little kid. He was so annoying. I was just frustrated. But I was never in the military. But the thing about the military, you don't have to pay rent. So that's a good thing. You can save some money up. Maybe one day I'll have like somebody else like in the military come on my channel and talk about how to pace like in the military if it's really for you. Maybe I'll try that. I mean, my dad was in the military. He was in it for like what, 22 years. And my brother's, he was in the army. My brother's like in the Air Force. Yeah. If I was going to join the military today, it probably would have been the Air Force. If I was going to do it today. But y'all like, you know what, Kent? I don't want to join the military. I don't want to get shot at. I want to keep my arms and legs. I understand. That kind of turned me away from the military. Seeing people lose their arms and their legs. And of course, I kind of didn't want to be like my dad. Because he was in the military and he was mean. So I kind of picture people in the military being like that. But you don't have to join the military in this situation. There's something else that I wish I would have had back when I was in my early 20s and in late teens. I would have loved this. And that is the ride share. Hopefully, if you have a car, you're able to do these. And that is pretty much ride shares like Uber and Lyft. You can make money that way. You pick your own hours. But maybe you're like, you know what, Kent? I don't want to do that. What if I'm driving some creep around and they attack me? There's another option. You can try Uber Eats or DoorDash. And these apps, they will help you bring money in. And it's not just DoorDash and Uber Eats. There's also these other ones. There's that Grubhub. Then there's Instacart and Walmart Smart. I'm on a wait list for both of those. So it's kind of frustrating. DoorDash, I wasn't on a waiting list that long. I got hired like pretty fast. Uber Eats, I don't ever remember being on a waiting list, to be honest with you. It seemed like I got hired like really fast with Uber Eats. It was the easiest job to get. So I do recommend Uber Eats in this situation. If your parents just kick you out. Maybe it's even worse. Maybe you didn't even have a job. Hey, that could be why your parents kick you out. They're sick of you being around the house lazy. I mean, if you were like lazy, just sitting around playing video games, just eating up all the food, then you deserve to get kicked out of your parents' house. I'm sorry, but I'm just going to say it. You deserve to get kicked out of your parents' house because that is being a freeloader. I mean, if you were a freeloader, I mean, now it is time for you to grow up. Hopefully you did have a car. You were able to at least get a car. So these rideshare apps like Uber Eats, DoorDash, and of course there's Instacart and Walmart Sparks. You can make money with those. And while you're doing these apps, you can still look for another job. You still do it. You still look for a full-time job because also you want a full-time job. If you're living on your own, you don't know how long your friends are gonna want to live with you. They might decide they don't want to live with you no more and buy their own home and leave you with a full payment in an apartment. I mean, that could happen. You got to be prepared. Even if you're living with your parents, you gotta be prepared for them to kick you out because you never know when it's gonna happen. Some of y'all are like, I'm cool with my parents. They will never kick me out. You'll be surprised what your parents will do. My parents told me that they weren't gonna charge me like any type of bills as long as I was going to college. Guess what? I got stabbed in the back. They started making me pay like what did they make me pay? They started making me pay the cable. Then they started making me pay groceries. So yes, they did stab me in the back. I'm just being honest. I don't know my parents are gonna see this video, but I'm just being honest. I was stabbed in the back. You got to be prepared. Even Batman, he's prepared to deal with the Justice League in case they ever go rogue. He's prepared to deal with them. So if you're like a teenager living with your parents, you gotta save money up to the side. You got to be prepared to be able to handle living on your own in case your parents decide to go rogue and kick you out. I mean, sometimes it's justified when your parents kick you out of the house. Sometimes it's not. I think I made a video of when it's time to kick your parents out. Not your parents, but when it's time to kick your kids out of the house. And that's pretty much all I'm going to go over with this video. So if you like this video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel. I know there's like some other apps out there that you can make money. There's some other ones out there. I just didn't go over them because I don't really know all of them. I know there's ones for like medical carrier, which I never done that. So you could look into that one. And you also don't really need a car for all of these either. You don't really need a car for Uber Eats and DoorDash. You could use your bike or you could just walk. So you're probably wondering, Ken, I don't even have a car. I can't do no Uber Eats. Yes, you can. You just do Uber Eats with your own 2 feet. Also, you're probably not going to make as much money when you're walking, but you can build your way up. You can save money for a bike, then you can save money for a car. But with that being said, have a good weekend. Bye for now.